Can we talk to the wizard for a sec?
Yeah, let's approach him.
The wizard's got a really wild one for us, a real wild ride for us, and I would say thank you to the wizard. And also thank you to Drew for sending this in. How to stop a wedding.
Oh.
We've all seen the movies where a person halts a wedding in progress in order to get the one they truly love. In reality, stopping a wedding is a much more serious undertaking. It involves a lot of thought.
Yeah!
It involves a lot of thought and planning and taking an honest look at your motives and intentions. If you truly believe the couple shouldn't be together, and if you believe you're justified in doing so, we have some suggestions for going about stopping a wedding with logic and legal action.
Now, just real quick check-in between me and my brothers here. When you got, how old were you guys before you had the realization that the if anybody doesn't want them to get married, speak now, wasn't actually like a normal part of a wedding? Like,
it doesn't pop up as much.
When I was a kid, I thought that there was a tense moment in every wedding where it's just like a quick audience poll, anybody, and if you like, well, only 2 people raised their hands, so we're gonna keep going with it. I think everybody cool. I mean, I get
though. If I've ever heard anybody do it, it's been in like everybody's. There's a human in there. Let's be honest. It's usually like a friend of the groom who has a big problem like with silences.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like it starts to like get too real, and he's like, "Yeah, Rick sucks." Okay, well,
okay,
it's my problem. I love you, Beth.
I would want that. I don't think
you can do better,
that.
Beth. I know Rick's my best friend, but
it's a really such shit. We didn't do this at mine and Rachel's wedding, but I kind of wish we did because there's something about like putting your love through that crucible, like making it vulnerable for a second, because you lift up the armor to show your soft underbelly, because you're like, if you really do want to step to this and tear apart this infinite love, here's your chance.
Oh, I wish I had done it just for entrapment. Just like somebody's like, yeah, you know what? And I'm like, trick question. We're not going to not get married, but now you get the fuck out of here. You don't get any cake later.
Or they speak their mind, and then the officiant is like, okay, noted. No one gives a shit. Sit the fuck back down. That was rude. Sit down.
Don't make this about you, Derek.
Let's get into it, man. Part 1, approaching the couple. Consider your motivations. Why do you want to stop the wedding? It doesn't say because you're in love with the other person, but maybe we'll get to that point. Don't base halting a wedding purely on emotions like jealousy or hatred. Those can be worked through with communication and therapy.
Okay, but it's not a bad place to start, you know?
Yeah. Talk to the family members or other people involved in the wedding to find out if someone else feels similarly. Psst, hey, grandma. Hey, Butch's grandma. Hey, this feels off, right?
Hey, where are you at? Just hot or cold?
Yeah. Hey, Stacy's dad. Kind of sucks, right? Am I right or am I right?
Also, when are you going to divorce your wife so I can date her?
Yeah.
Because it's Stacy's mom.
Let's meet with the bride and groom privately to talk. It's a fun conversation.
That's going to go great.
Hey, guys, what's up? We got beer in the fridge, and I don't think you should be in love forever. And then here's a PowerPoint presentation. I really want you to pay attention. I worked really hard on this PowerPoint of why. Can you not actually embrace right now? I need you guys to sit sort of farther apart from one another.
In fact, I have 2 separate presentations. Yours is going to be over there in my kids' room. I've set it up, and yours is going to be in here. So if you guys could take a break, it's about 45 minutes. So like, go to the bathroom first,
right?
Because I don't want to pause them. They're kind of synchronized, and so I don't want it to get off. Where are you going?
This is a long article. Address your concerns one-on-one. This may be a good time to ask questions about how they're feeling about the wedding and what their future looks like in their eyes, why they believe their significant other is the one for them, etc. That kind of discussion could bring up uncertainty that they may have about getting married, and you can use it to enable them to think a little more and possibly call off the wedding. Wowzers, Bowsers. That's pretty, I would say, toxic behavior from you, the friend who is concerned about both of them.
Oh, what's that? They snore. Huh? Something to think about. You know, they're going to snore all the time, forever. Something to think about, eh?
Have you smelled this guy's football farts? Have you really been in the room with him during a football game? I don't know.
I thought it was like after they played football or ate
After they played football, they come back to the locker room and really stink up the joint. Convince the couple to wait a year. Come on, guys. Listen to my points. Just take a year. Like, it's irresponsible to rush into this. You've been dating for 12 years? Oh, fuck.
You've waited this long to have sex. Just one more year.
A little bit more. Another excuse to hold off until another year would be family events coming up, such as Grandpa's 80th or the birth of a new baby.
Now, you could see if you could maybe double up Grandpa's 80th with the wedding, so that way people don't have to travel as much. That would be cool.
Let's gather everyone around Grandpa.
Right now.
Should be fun.
Presently.
Everyone, surround him. Press your bodies against Grandpa.
Let's lay hands on Grandpa.
Let's lay breath on Grandpa.
Everybody, give the breath of life to Grandpa. Right in
Everyone
his nose.
touch this old man's face.
We're going to hold his eye open so you can just touch his eyeball.
How could you even think about getting married in the same year as Grandpa's final birthday?
What?
What? Hold on.
Why are we calling it that?
Let me just say that the WikiHow art, it's always good. So far, it's just been a couple listening to their friend who looks more and more frantic. And the couple's faces look more and more like, what the fuck are you talking about? And in this one, the woman in this couple is just piercing daggers right at the man as he, step 5, suggest a fake wedding. Discuss holding a wedding celebration, but without the minister and paperwork. No one else has to know it's not legally binding and everyone can still enjoy themselves.
What would be the context for that? How would that sales pitch go?
Hey, guys. Have I got an idea for you?
Yes. Imagine, if you will, the cost and inconvenience of a wedding, but without any of the permanent effects.
And that way you guys can just bail whenever you want. Right? Isn't that? No, that's the opposite. Wait, you're telling me.
Okay, got it.
Okay,
that's the opposite. Okay.
It gets wilder. Part 2, taking other action. 1, call out the lies. If you know the wedding is a fraud, I guess if you succeeded in the prior step in convincing them to have a
proof that this is not
a phony baloney tech rehearsal wedding, or if there are legal reasons the wedding should not go through as planned, you have at least 28 days to take legal action. Hey, what's up? I'm here to legally stop a wedding. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, sir. When was it scheduled for? Oh, I don't know. Let me call and ask.
I wasn't invited, obviously.
I was actually uninvited. Let me call and double check.
I love, hey, WikiHow, just throwing out that there's a legal reason that the wedding should not happen and throwing that in there with, I don't know if you two are going to get along forever. That feels like that should be a separate article, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm thinking about something as we talk about this. You know, a wedding, obviously weddings are kind of out of vogue with a lot of people, which I completely get. Everybody should do their own thing. But we did the wedding thing. All three of us here.
Not together.
No. That would have been weird. We did the wedding separately thing. And the stress of a wedding is like, it feels like, this is your shot to get it right. You're just going to get married one time. And it's a lot of expense, and like you have to come up with opinions about stuff that you may not necessarily care about. And if it doesn't go well, then it's like devastating, right? But what if every wedding had like a villain, right?
Huh.
I feel like maybe if you have the Phantom of the Wedding, where it's like your choices then don't just become a reflection of your personalities and your love, but more like a defensive sort of like preparing for
in defiance
the different ways that the Phantom of the Wedding will like try to thwart you.
That's good.
And your actions. So like it gives a slightly more competitive element where it's like if it goes 80% good, that's huge,
awesome.
Right?
That's awesome.
Because you've like thwarted the Phantom at a lot of different turns with a lot of their different machinations to try to keep your marriage from culminating.
Well, because that's the thing to keep in mind is you and your partner, right? You've got a lot on your mind that has to go right. All the Phantom has to do is make things go wrong, and that's a lot easier. So if you get 80%, it's a huge victory. Now, I will also add to this plan, Justin, another reason I like the introduction of the Phantom is you can then also create whatever the opposite of a safe word is with the Phantom, where if too much is going badly, you say that word, and the Phantom ends the wedding. It's not your fault. It's the Phantom's fault.
Yeah, he won. The Phantom won.
And you get a redo. You get to do the wedding again.
You should be able to pick your villain too. Like
in Dead by Dawn. Or Dead by Daylight.
here comes Dr. Bones, the skeleton that always comes to try and stop our wedding. Here's the problem.
Yes.
Is that
There's no problem.
Dr. Bones...
Oh, no, it's the praying mantis that's been hunting me ever since I was a child.
Dr. Bones is a contractor who you are going to have to seek out and hire. So it's like in hiring Dr. Bones, you are participating in the process that Dr. Bones is sworn to disrupt.
This is the best. This is the best man thing. The best man hires. So you actually don't know who it is. Can you imagine how much more thrilling it would be to plan a wedding if when you're talking to the DJ, you're like, and you promise you're not going to play R. Kelly songs. They're like, oh, yeah.
And,
no,
you're not Dr. Bones,
no, but
right?
you really, you understand. It's like, oh, yeah.
No, I'm a friendly skeleton. My name's Dr. Tunes. I play the tunes, you see.
I'm Dr. Crankenstein.
No, I'm Frankenstein's monster, but I'm not here for that. In my off time, I'm a DJ. I promise you.
I know why you would assume that I'm working for the Phantom,
Yes.
and that's like completely fair.
No, I'm the DJing mantis. I promise you, I'm going to bite the head off of boredom.
That's drama. I mean, that's drama. That's what you want from any event. I mean, maybe this is good for birthday parties too, where it's like you have someone working against you when you're planning a party.
How was the bridal shower? Oh, it was great. It was a really good crudité, and we defeated that evil Sasquatch. Not the stinky Sasquatch. Yeah, he showed up. He tried to take the cake, literally.
It would be so fucking rad if you're like trying to do a wedding and you think that you've gotten away with it. Yeah. You've defeated the Phantom, and then a werewolf jumps through the door, and it's like, oh, fuck, now we got to deal with this.
And then what's that? Oh, the Phantom arrived. He's going to help you fight the werewolf. Oh, enemies to friends. Everybody loves that shit.
Let's keep rocking. Step 2, involve others. That's great. Get their best friends all in a big group to really, really forever scar these people sort of emotionally. It does say use this as a last resort because it could be pretty traumatic. So at least they are sort of looking out. And then step 3 is totally normal. Follow the money.
Whoa,
if the couple are relying on one or both of their parents to support the wedding, you may want to try and stop the money source, so the wedding will be called off.
To kill their parents.
I don't think that's what it is suggesting.
Oh yeah, you're right, Griffin, because then they would still inherit it.
They would inherit the money.
So seduce the parents, and then you're going to marry them, and then kill them.
Or identity.
So you inherit the money.
You could have Dr. Bones identity steal both of them
go.
at the same time.
I feel like to jump back a second, group of friends to convince them out of it, bad. Group of enemies to just go on and on about what a good idea they think it is, that's the way to go, right?
Now we're cooking with gas.
Because group of friends could go badly, right? Because then it's like, well, we're still getting married, and now we also hate all of you, right? But if they're like, I hate Debbie from work, and Debbie's like, I love that you guys are getting married. That's so great. Like, now it's like, well, fuck, if Debbie thinks it's a good idea.
The last section, real quick, waiting it out. Step 1, void the marriage after the wedding. You can use an annulment to legally cancel out the marriage as if it never happened.
Not secondhand, though.
As a third party. Probably not that.
Hey, Pope, it's me, Bob. Annul it.
They didn't fuck. Deleted. Let me see your rings. Oh, you're not married no more.
Annulled.
You just got annulled. If you press the annulment button and eat the rings, it's done. Step 2, wait for the marriage to fail down the road. If the couple are fairly young and it's their first marriage, there's a 40% chance the marriage will end in divorce. Those are good odds.
Wait for what? To what end?
To wait for them to split up naturally.
Yeah, but then... but the reason to stop the marriage would be to stop something bad from happening. And then you're like, hey, well, if that doesn't work out,
that's right.
Just wait for something bad to happen.
There's no step here that's like, rub it in their fucking faces. Do it as they walk out of the town hall where they sign the annulment papers. You be there outside doing a quarterback dance, just sort of yelling about how you called it. Step 3 is move.
And now you're mad because you ain't a couple, but we're just here to do the Super Bowl shuffle.
Last step is move on. But you can't. You won't.
Keep your grades up.
Keep your grades up.
Keep your grades up.
Keep your grades up.
That should honestly be number 1 in every WikiHow should be. Just don't.
I think that's what Justin said, I think, during the live show.
Yes. Yeah. Keep your grades up. and move on.
Move on.
That should be step 1. Move on. Step 2, keep your grades up. Step 3, all right, fine. Here you go.
I tell you, I've read like a lot of, different how-tos in my life for different hobbies or whatever. So few of them end with like, know when to pack it in.
Yeah.
Like, when you're licked. Maybe it's not for you. I don't know.
Hey, look over at his job. How's he doing on his? Oh, it's way better than yours. Ugh. You guys have been doing it for the same amount of time, huh? Maybe you just don't have it.
It's not for you.
Yeah.
Just know when to quit.
Move on. .org.
Is it anything else, Griffin?
I mean, there's some questions from some people, and a lot of people asking very inappropriate questions, I would say. Someone asked, is there a good way to stop my own wedding without making things awkward? And I would say it would be a lot easier. Yeah, I think hiring a Dr. Bones or just asking one of your friends to start this mission, this quest to tear the two of you apart.
It can't be one of your friends. Just side note, you're going to have to plan ahead 6 months before the wedding, find somebody, right, as a plant friend, and you're going to do a lot to talk about how close you've grown together and how important they are, and then they're going to ruin it. And then if that doesn't work, you have to be ready to jettison that person, right? Mm-hmm. So I think you can't just pick your best friend to do it. Especially if your parents are there going to be like, hey, your best friend kind of fucked this all up for you. You got to be like, yeah, I don't talk to him anymore. Yeah. And it's because you paid him
That's
an
foolproof.
agreed upon amount. Plus, then you're a jobs creator.
Absolutely. That's the best part.
In this economy?
In this economy, to keep this going, we got a labor shortage, so we don't need more jobs. We need better jobs, better pay.
Better
phantoms.
phantoms.
Great. Better
Papa
pizza.
John's.
Papa John's.
What's up, guys? I know. We fucked up, but check our jobs out. What's that? They're pretty bad? Oh, fuck. $14 $14 is a lot of money. What the fuck's wrong with you? $14 is good.
We need to figure out a way to pronounce Papa John's and audibly remove the apostrophe, by the way. How do you pronounce it different out loud? So if you're only hearing it audibly, you know which one we're talking about.
Well, I mean, you turn to John John's, the Martian Manhunter, right?
Yeah.
Papa John's.
There you go.
Is maybe one option. Or maybe just Papa Shack's.
Papa Shack's is much better.
Shack is much closer to the brand now. I think
it should actually just be Pizza Shack, by the way.
Pizza Shack is really good, Trav.
I know. Thank you very much.
Well, there'll be Pizza Shacks. So then it'll be like, where do you want to order from? Pizza Shacks. Well, which one you got to choose?
And then maybe it could be Pizza's Shack.
No, it wouldn't be Pizza Shacks. That is a wild Yoda-esque way. The pizza of Shack. The pizza of Shack.
The pizza of Shack.
Is like Shack is like hut.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Griffin, do you not get it? Like Shack's like hut.
Shack sounds like hut.
Just call it the pizza of Shack. I don't understand.
No, this is what I'm
issue.
saying. Pizza's a possessive Shack. This is the Shack that Pizza owns, right? At this point, it is not Shack's pizza, right? That means that he has control of this. At this point, the pizza has such control over Shack that this is Pizza's Shack.
Okay, wait a minute. How about we do? You can get a question mark in there. It's like
Pizza Shack?
Pizza? Shacks.
Oh, I thought it was asking Shack if he wanted pizza. Pizza Shack? And then it was Shack's catchphrase where I was like, yeah, sure. Sounds great.
Sure, I'll have some pizza.
I'd love to.
We're going to take a quick break from some corporate sponsors, and then we're going to go with you to the rest of the show. So come on, come with us to the Money Zone.